another My Channel is Dying video. He makes a lot of My Channel is Dying videos. Sword content on YouTube is dead! So what now?
So I don't know if you've noticed, but YouTube has made some changes.
Something within YouTube itself has changed. The algorithm has changed. Something has changed, and it's whatever it is, it's not helping.
Here's kind of what's going on. The social platforms, all of the social platforms, they are deprioritizing content.
Something strange is happening on YouTube. They just made a big update on their algorithm, and I've never seen anything like this in my 10 years on YouTube.
Social media and
It must be affecting Shadiversity specifically.
YouTube is rapidly changing.
I think the unintended consequence will be they are probably going to kill YouTubers the way we know them today.
Oh no! Are you telling me that a corporation is gonna make it harder for independent content creators to make content? Well, I wonder if any political persuasion has foreseen the problems with allowing the billionaire class and the corporations to run away with all the wealth and power. And I wonder if there's a political persuasion like Shadiversity has that just loves to hand power over to the capitalist class, and then they immediately get fucked by it. That's crazy. That probably has nothing to do with anything.
The kind of video and topic that used to get at least 100,000 views, not more, now tends to be stuck at 20, 30, 40.
That's tough.
Something like that.
These numbers now.
These are numbers that I was getting 6 or 7 years ago, and now I'm not getting the same numbers. I've been in the game way too long, okay? Ebbs and flows, baby. Ebbs and fucking flows. Also, I mean, how many fucking videos about swords can you make? You know?
Followers, subscribers, size of network are useless.
You know, that it used to be.
I definitely think that subscribers are less valuable than they were when we started. Like, when I had my first 100,000 subscribers, those were impactful. And then somewhere after the PewDiePie thing, that's when it all changed. Yeah, only views and click-throughs matter now. Like, your subscribers are more likely to see your shit because it's on their page, but it's not pushed the way it was. Like, you used to get the fucking videos.
Way higher, and it keeps going down and down and down and down and down. You know, it makes you feel like you're doing something wrong. It makes you feel like no matter what you do, no matter what improvements you try to make.
Basically, what you're saying is that we are seeing more content from strangers than we are from the channels we're subscribed to.
They are deprioritizing content from the friends, for example, if it's a social network, they're deprioritizing
the sad music. I thought Shadiversity was going to speak at some point here, so I'm going to speed the fuck up through this because I don't care. Well, and I also don't care about his intro. Hello, everyone. I'll do this. There we go.
Sword content on YouTube, especially the way it has existed for my entire time making content for over 10 years, very much seems dead, especially with the recent changes that have been happening on YouTube. There might be a couple of different ways in which it will still be around, but it is now plain to see that the type of content as it has existed in the past will never be the means to be able to sustain a large channel in the future or support a business. As someone who genuinely loves this content, I've consumed and made it, yes, for over 10 years now, this does genuinely suck.
So, look, I think a few things. I mean, times change, tastes change. Also, like, you've lost a lot of goodwill with people. You know, they don't like you as much because you're always complaining. It just you get to be a drag, you know? I'm sure in your case we could plot your demise to videos that you've made and right-wing opinions that you have. But here's the thing. With your right-wing opinions will come a bare sustainability for you personally. And just like all right-wingers, you will feel like that is the W instead of helping society get better. His issue is that he's a bigot. Yeah, I mean, really.
Do you have a plan to try and keep it around, but it has to be in a sustainable way. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that with you later in the video with an important question to you, my viewers, and the people who love this content.
Will you join my Patreon? I bet that's the question. I'm going to speed them up.
But the content needs to change, or at the very least, the way it is framed if it wants to have any measure of reach in the algorithm. I've already done some experimentation, and it still might not work. But the fundamental problem that is at play here, which is affecting multiple channels, not just myself, this is kind of across the board in regards to long-form Sword content specifically, content that is solely and only about Sword itself, history, usage especially, barely gets any attention or promotion in the algorithm these days.
How many of those videos can you make? You know? Also, yeah, the algorithm is fucked up. But, like, that's for everybody.
This has been blatantly stark with the videos I've made over the last 2 months.
But it's only fucked up because you're not a corporate interest. If you were a corporate interest, you would be pushed in the algorithm and you would feel like it's great, you know? So you need to reconcile your worldview of, pretty much unfettered capitalism, oligarchy, billionaires running everything. You need to square that with your experience of having billionaires decide that your shit doesn't matter because you're not a billionaire or a corporation. Like, you're not Jimmy Kimmel or one of these networks or, that are really dominating YouTube now. Like, they make most of the ad money on YouTube now instead of us. It used to be us.
And from videos that I have been watching come out on other channels. I've been noticing this trend for over a year now. I literally made a video a year ago pointing out the things that I had noticed that now many people, and I mean many how-to-do YouTube channels are saying the same type of things that I was saying a year ago in terms of this is what the algorithm seems to be prioritizing more. And the recommendation of these videos to new audiences barely are happening at all. What this actually happens, okay, the result that...
Yeah, we watch this. This is because you're a dumbass, though. Like, this marks exactly to when you make stupid fucking videos.
Is this type of thing. The content itself is not getting shown to new viewers.
It's no one likes you.
Because we're not the only channel that's facing this. I mentioned in the last video, other channels have been reporting on this, and since making that video, many have actually reached out to me, commenting, not just content creators, but yeah,
he's showing highlight reels of him complaining, and he's saying, why am I dying?
Reaching out to me, Baggage Claim posted on Twitter saying, what's going on? My content hasn't changed, views have gone off a cliff. Clownfish TV has been reporting on this, that traffic to independent websites through Google has been dying, and so this isn't just happening to Shadiversity, even though it is detrimentally affecting us in a big way. YouTube is clearly recommending different content that I'm not interested in, like on my home feed, and so many people have reported this, by the way. Weird recommendations of...
They're also probably using fucked up AI algos to curate shit, and it's not working very well for people, or it's pushing stuff that they want it to push specifically. My point stands. It's the corpos that you have allowed to just run away with everything that are ruining all of your experiences. And then the fucking shitty right-wing politicians after that.
Of videos that have barely any views that you have no interest in. And I've been flooded with that, of content that just I'm not interested in watching or viewing.
I'm just going to be cursed with being correct forever.
But clearly YouTube is recommending different content to different viewers, deprioritizing recommendations on our content and others.
They are deprioritizing content from
We're back
the friends.
to these guys.
For example, if it's a social network, they're deprioritizing it from businesses, and they're also deprioritizing it from subscribers.
And when I pointed it out a year ago, there were
And where are they prioritizing it to?
critics and haters mocking me for it, accusing me that my content was now completely trash, even though the type of content and quality had not changed. If anything, the quality increased.
My haters. No, you suck, though. You suck.
I'd alienated all of my audience. Now, of course, those people were liars and idiots, because you didn't have to pay too much attention to realize a couple of things. If those are the reasons why the views are falling off a cliff on my channel, Sword content on other channels should be doing just fine. If
Sword content on other channels should be doing just fine. I'm sure there are Sword channels that are doing fine, but are affected by the same things everybody else on the platform is affected by, but you can't properly identify it.
Not better than me, and the most direct point of comparison is Skylargrim, who literally made a video recently talking about some of this stuff and the difficulties he's facing on his channel.
The kind of video and topic that used to get at least 100,000 views, or more, now tends to be stuck at 20, 30, 40, something like that.
He hasn't had any cancel mobs come after him or been involved in any controversies about AI art or ideological positions that he's taken like I have, when I've taken strong stances based on my Christian and conservative values. I'll have a whole separate
Cell Sword Arts is doing just fine. Look, man.
channel doing that, and as a result, there's a
Just because he disagrees with you doesn't mean he's going to have success.
lot of people who come after me for being outspoken. And yeah, liking Trump. There's a horde of haters constantly.
And yeah, liking Trump, even though I'm being fucked by him right now. Scalagrim, 1.6 million
How well would
subscribers, and he gets Under 100,000 views per video makes about 4 a week or something like that. 3 a week. Some of them go off. Some of it has to do with the thumbnails on first watch. Like, some of these aren't really grabbing me. Just in general, I think there's something going on. This title is good. Would worse firearms become good in a post-apocalypse? Because now you're talking about that shit. But I still don't think the thumbnail is super good. But that said, I bet the content is good. And so here's the problem, right? So they prioritize thumbnail and title, and a lot of it has to do with market saturation. And I'm not a designer of thumbnails or anything, so I wouldn't have any fucking prescriptions here. But it definitely has something to do with it. There's something, I don't know, they like blend together or something like that. Like they don't pop out for me. They are cool. Like upon further examination, they're cool. Like I like them. Maybe they're not colorful enough. Like they're very muted. I think that's part of it. What's the point of wavy blades? Ooh, that's a good one. I also don't think this is a crazy good. Looks like a good. Yeah, this has a lot of views. 206,000. This looks like a good one. It's immediately. I saw weird weapons. You know, this one weird didn't work though. I don't know. Anyway, I think part of it is just like the content is swords. Like I really think it is. I bet this guy makes good content though. It looks like he knows a lot of stuff. You mean something about caring on... Like, I really appreciate channels like that because you can tell he, like, really fucking loves swords, and I think that Shadiversity used to do that, and now it's obviously a very cynical, my business is dying constantly thing. And, like, when you make a living, you got to worry about it. But, like, not being aware of the problem that YouTube is definitely not going to help you cope with this.
Lying and making hit piece videos about me, yet Scarlegrim, who's a relatively uncontroversial YouTube creator, has been facing the exact same decline in views and struggle in making sword content.
YouTube updated their policy and specifically openly said that content about weapons will be deprioritized. Wow. Do you have that announcement somewhere we can read?
As I have found here on Shadiversity. And not just him, many of the old school sword kind of YouTubers have been facing the same thing. Metatron is an interesting example because he has kind of shifted the focus of his channel with a lot of good reaction content. I love the content, but nearly all of his more old school style videos that he makes on occasion, talking about weapons or just a focused historical subject, get the exact same type of views as myself and Scarlegrim are currently getting. And you could look at many of the legacy sword YouTubers as well as the channels that never really got off the ground and are even starting out now. Their long form videos are facing the exact same thing. All of us have the occasional video, myself included, that does do well in the current environment. I have a number of videos since making, the video talking about the issues that are at play here, well over 500,000 views, or if not more. These are outliers, the exceptions to this new standard, but it really does show that there is...
The exceptions to the new standard. So, like, there's going to be some popular ones, and then there's going to be, like, the middle class of those contents, and you used to be on top, and now you're not, and so it feels bad. But, like, I'm telling you, it's going to be... You're going to have to fuck with the algorithm and change how the content is presented from the thumbnail and title if you want this to change. But also, yeah, I mean, you personally are going to suffer from being a bag of shit.
Still a large audience of people that like to watch this content, are willing to consume this content if it was just recommended to them, because when I look at those videos that have done really, really well, the conversion from impressions to views are the same, if not actually a bit lower than much of my other content. What that means is, if most of my other content was just given the same amount of recommendations in the algorithm as my successful videos, they would get the same, if not more, views than my most successful recent videos.
That's not necessarily true. There's so many fucking factors, human factors, that play into that shit. Like, I've made videos I thought were better than other videos that we've made, and the shitty one takes off. You know what I mean? Like,
if people are disinterested in sword content across the board, from Scarlegrim, Lindybeige, Metatron, myself, and many others, our views should be terrible no matter the amount of recommendations they give. But the consistent analytical proof that I see time and time again, I get the same amount of views versus impressions I get consistently between my successful videos and my videos that don't do well. It's not based on the likelihood of an audience to watch. The YouTube algorithm is choosing to recommend my content, give impressions to it. It seems to be if it's related to a more trending popular thing that more people are watching broadly. So the critics and liars who have been mocking and attacking me for over a year, they'll never admit they were wrong.
The critics and the liars. He's so offended anytime anyone thinks he's a dumbass. Like, man, you take it too personally. You are a dumbass, though.
Wrong or apologize. They are bad actors that hate me for ideological reasons. The proof is very clear, and as I mentioned, it's not just affecting me. There is another thing just to address on this point. Videos like this usually always seem to trend more in the algorithm because people are much more inclined to watch it, or more people are watching this type of content broadly on YouTube.
I'm telling you, your street cred, so to speak, like the public knowledge of you is that you're a whiny dork. That's what it's at.
to be how YouTube determines if it'll recommend a video. Not if you are subscribed and you've told the algorithm that this is the type of content you want recommended. It is recommending content that most other people are already watching.
All right, I'm going to skip ahead to a random point ahead and see what he's talking about.
Nearly as much. The newer subscriber rate has fallen dramatically. My intention is not to make content for the people who used to like this type of content because they literally say they don't like this type of content.
Is it the same
so they're not gonna
thing?
Come back anyway. It's to make the content that my current viewers and supporters want to see. So
Look, I agree with you, and also a lot of the people probably don't watch you who are subscribed to you because you suck. Let's move on. I don't want to watch those guys. Let's see how far we can get.
Diversity into Night's Watch. Night's Watch has the potential to reach far more viewers and grow far larger than because that focuses on trending topics and stuff that algorithm is much more willing to push more than regular sword content. It would make much more sense for me to focus on Night's Watch. But I'm not there yet, and it's our current supporters that have kept me around. It's you guys. And so I'm still going to try to see if there's a way to keep it going.
Keep it going is the Patreon or something. Here's a way to give me more money. Well, chat, there's only one way to give me money. That's actually not true. There's several ways to give me money, but the best way to give me money is to hand me cash. But you're pretty far away, so I think you can subscribe if you want.
And that's going to be focused with the stuff I want to ask
Please give me your fucking money.
Yeah, or your bits. Bits are good. There you go. That's a great idea. See? Thank you, nobody.
Supporters towards the end of this video, and we can pray that maybe there might be a renaissance for sword content online, a change. I don't think so, honestly. But maybe there is a way that I can make it somewhat sustainable. There's a new strategy if I just focus on making nearly every single video related to something that the algorithm is willing to promote, which is kind of similar to what I've always done, but that's always been half and half. I've always still made just full-blown nerdy sword-related content. I need to step outside the kind of box, and even with the nerdy kind of stuff, it's like, all right, is there a way to frame it or connect it with something that the algorithm might be willing to promote? And I think there is a way that might, stop the bleeding, might not. And then it leaves the question, what about the people that just loves the straight blanket sword content without any gimmick or angle to try
What about the people who like me dryly doing sword content? McPlatypus, give one a here's $5, lol. Thanks. That's pretty good. I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna give him one more shot. And if he isn't saying something I'm really interested, I think we can call it a day on the Shadiversity. This is a Cope video, and I thought he was gonna say something that was new. He's made like 4 of these videos, and he's kind of said the same thing. That was a good fucking. Okay, look, he knew the rules.
which is exactly what I'm doing. And it'll just give a small boost to older videos and longer form videos. And it certainly helped that shorts can now be 3 minutes long instead of 1 minute long. And so in that sense, short content and Shadiversity, I think will be around for a while in terms of being able to get people, to watch. But I'm not sure that's a sustainable model for supporting the business, though. That is a very significant consideration for me, of course. And even if I had to shift my focus away from Shadiversity because it becomes not financially viable in the future, I'll still, of course, make sword-related content occasionally because I love it, right? I started doing it because I love it. But I do need to focus on what can be sustainable to support my family. So what can I do to try and make it sustainable? I've tried daily content, and I'm kind of on that. It's not daily long-form content. That was very, very hard to keep up. There's now long-form, short-form each day. And I'm putting out 6 videos a week, 3 long-form, 3 shorts.
Man, saturating with stuff that you don't really actually want to make is just crazy, Like, that's not the model. Like, if you don't like making the content, I don't think there's a reason to do it. Like, I love hanging out with chat. I genuinely love it. I miss you guys. Like, yesterday I was just hanging out, and it was just going to be too late to start stream by the time I was going to be ready to stream. And I didn't stream. And so today I did. Because chat, I needed you. I missed you. Yeah. Your smiling little faces. Anyway, so Shadiversity's channel is dying because he doesn't have a community. He makes content. Brother, you have 4 kids. It's time to get a stable paycheck. Get a desk job. Dude, why does he have so many kids? What is that about? Oh, yeah, he's a Mormon? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll do it, yeah. That's a tremendous amount of children to have. To be a Mormon and to not be someone who makes 6 figures is bravery.